In a world where corporations are bidding for your attention and attention is the most expensive currency, what happens when you take it all back? Come with me on a journey in 30 days, a challenge to reclaim my mind, to reclaim my attention. I'm doing a 30-day no distractions challenge where I'm reclaiming my attention, hopefully elevating my imagination, my articulation, and cognition. Why am I doing this? For the last few weeks, to be real with you, I've been in an unconscious state. Now, what is being unconscious? To me, being unconscious means that you're not able to rationalize, understand your thoughts. You're not aware of your thoughts. You're just moving through life without a true understanding to your experiences. For the last couple weeks, I've just been using food or Netflix or other things as a crutch to run away from the stresses of life. And I just don't want to do this anymore. That's why I'm doing this challenge. For 30 days, I'd like to see how it impacts my clarity, my ability to conversate with people, my ability to develop ideas, my ability to use my body, and return back to presence. And this is the first video of the 30 days. And to be real with you, yesterday I ate healthier and I've experienced a better cognition, a better ability to use my memory and use my experiences in conversation. So I talked a little bit about unconscious, but what does consciousness actually mean? Consciousness is a result of being fully present and being fully aware of what is in front of you and your body at the same time, as opposed to your mind fluctuating between the past and future, and always in a thinking loop, where most times people don't actually act upon this thinking loop. They're just stuck in it with the illusion of getting something done, some sort of productivity out of it. In the unconscious state, people can be quite reactive. They can go into animalistic anger in conversations. They can be judgmental of other people without having the proper cognition to understand that the person in front of them also shits, sleeps, cries, laughs, whatever you want to call it. And there's a level of brain fog too, which is really apparent with our generation because of all the phone usage and lack of memory, inability to remember people's names, remember what you talk about. In a really conscious state, you can easily go through your interactions on the day. You can pull from memory in your past. Just for example, yesterday I was in a conversation with someone explaining that I'm working on my mental state, and sometimes my mind is fluctuating like how a dove flies. It's a little bit erratic in behavior. I'm sure there's some sort of design to it, nature's beautiful design, but it looks erratic to us. Whereas I would like my mind to be like a peregrine falcon, where it's dive bombing onto its target, like laser focused. And you don't really get that type of thought process when you're in an unconscious state. You're just kind of in this state of, I would like to give the bare minimum in conversation. So when you're in a conscious state, you're present and you're responsive. You have a clear imagination, your intuition comes alive. It also helps your animalistic intuition. Like animals have animals in the wild have a great sense of intuition because they don't have all these distractions. They don't have all these companies bidding for their attention. So I would like to use this 30 days to become an animal again. Let's say that. So what do distractions actually do to the mind? They hijack your mind through pleasure, through dopamine. A lot of times they give you a reward without you actually doing anything. As humans, we're wired to really get the best, most quality feeling from accomplishing some effort of creativity and then seeing it come to fruition, or even doing some sort of exercise and rewarding yourself at the end, but just the idea of putting in effort before we get something out of it. Whereas companies will basically say, hey, you pay us money and we'll give you as much distraction as you want in the form of food, in the form of Netflix, in the form of drugs, alcohol, you name it. They're all bidding for your mental space. So the only issue with this is the more you are not putting in effort for your reward, the more noise you have in your mind, because in the back of your mind you're not hitting on your full potential. And it's something that people overlook quite often, is that they're getting all this reward, but for what? For what effort? Not much. Usually it's in the form of, okay, it makes sense when you're working a job and you're attaining some money and you're going and getting a reward with that money. But a lot of times, at least these days, people are not working in jobs that feel like are helping them grow or more aligned with their purpose. They're working in jobs just for the convenience, the ability to enjoy these rewards that are so easily put in front, these traps. And if you're always outsourcing your imagination to a company, like you're always allowing Netflix to send images into your mind of like what to think, you dull your ability to actually imagine. Like for example, that conversation that I had the other day, he had asked me, "Do I play pickleball?" And I was like, "No, I don't." And I was able to pull a story of how my father kind of tried to force me to play tennis growing up, and kind of explain, like set a scene of where it was, what it felt like, why I didn't enjoy it. So when you're in an unconscious state, you're not able to do these things on a whim. You might be able to write about them at a dull level, but the distractions will weaken your imagination, ability to articulate as well. Like if you have a thought, it's very difficult while you're in a distracted, unconscious state to actually articulate that to the fullest extent. You might not even be able to find the vocabulary in the moment. I find that when I'm in more conscious states, there are so many words that I know that we've all come across and experienced, but can we use them on a whim is the real question. Can we remember what they mean? And it's definitely possible to remember what they mean. You just forget. And that's what a lot of this, that's what a lot of unconsciousness comes down to, is it's a lack of perception, a lack of being able to access that memory that you have. So for me, what does my free imaginative state look like? It's in let's just say in the aspect of conversation, it's just easier to bring someone, like describe a scene or even be witty with a joke in a way that makes sense. And then with consciousness comes alignment. So my emotions are kind of firing as necessary. So I'm happy when I'm talking about something happy. I'm sad when I'm talking about something sad. Intuitive insights begin to return. I mean, kind of like what they call spiritual downloads, or downloads, like just ideas that could be developed over time. I've had many of those at this point when I'm in conscious states about anything from power to human behavior to how systems work together, to how animals interact. Like all these things could just come to me at a whim when I'm in a conscious state and not pulling from those easy dopamine sources. So what I'm going to be tracking daily for you guys to watch out for is I'm going to be reviewing any jumps in my clarity or regressions in my clarity in conversation. Like that could be wittiness, that could be ability to connect with someone else, that could be just lightheartedness towards life, or constriction of that. I'm gonna track my imagination, my memory. Sometimes I'll just remember things, or I'll remember a POV of myself when I was younger. That did not happen when I was really deep into dopamine addiction. It was even hard to remember what happened like a day and a half ago. My emotional state, am I reactive or am I regulated? When I walk around I would like to keep track of my body and see the situations where I feel a little bit more tense. Whereas, and that can happen more when you're in this unconscious state, because your body and your mind know that, hey, you're not running at tip top shape right now. So you better be on guard. You better be on guard a little bit more, so nothing actually threatens you or tries to attack you. Your social interact or the social interactions that I come across. And yeah, my expectations for their journey is to come at the end of it with a great state of clarity. I'm not saying I won't go back to distractions. I won't go back to playing video games, or I won't be eating like sugary foods. What I'm saying is that I'd like to actually enjoy them as a instead of a means to escape. Because the last couple of weeks I've been using it as a means to escape and not think, and to not be present. Running away from the present moment. I'd like to strengthen my attention, unlock deeper creativity, hopefully that will shine within this challenge. And I would like to be a little bit more sensitive to changes in myself and others, and see how my input changes my surroundings. So yeah, just join me on the journey, and this is gonna be. If you'd like to do the same thing, you reach out to me, and we could be buddies. I'll give you raw, unfiltered updates. I'm not gonna withhold anything. And cognitive, and just we'll see. I figure that I've not really seen a challenge like this, and it's something that's very important to me. The state of my mind, and because I've been in a position in my life where I was completely entrenched in addiction, and I could not use I barely even remembered who I was. The only way to actually remember who I was to take my imagination back, my cognition back, my clarity back, my memory back, especially, because then I could remember the good things that I've done in life and the bad things that I've done, and accept myself for both. So thank you. Enjoy me.